Corey Peacock, I hope we don't see Bijan's mustard bottles being thrown at home games. That
Yeah,
would be
that's the wrong UT.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm just trolling a little bit. I think we go 10-2, 9-3. I would agree with that. Norwooding. Oklahoma still has a lot of talent. Dylan Gabriel's a good quarterback. I think Brent Venables has a potential to be a pretty good coach, but I just don't think in their first year you're seeing 12-0. Obviously, and I 9-3. I would agree with that. Corey Peacock. Texas goes 5-7. PK will be gone. If we struggle early on, PK will be gone. Like the first 4 games, if you see a repeat of last year, I believe PK will be fired, and I think Gary Patterson will step into that role.
Yeah, that's one thing that I want to see from this team this year is to be able to actually game plan for change and make changes in the second half. And I think Gary Patterson be there will be able to keep PK in check, give him, options, be in his ear. And if he can't get it done, I think it's Gary Patterson's sitting on a silver platter.
100%. I mean, that was one of the reasons he was brought in. The other one is development and then his eye for talent, guys. Like if you look at Gary Patterson, a lot of his talented players at TCU didn't even play the positions in college that they did in high school. They played quarterback or running back and moved to linebackers in Garrett Wallow's case or um safeties. And also O'Shawn Mathis was like, I believe like a 2.5 to 3-star recruit. And look how good he is. I mean, he was getting on the open market. Teams were throwing a bunch of money at him. He ended up at Nebraska. So the guy can see through the stars, through the rankings, and find gems that are hidden that other people don't see. And I think that's another reason why they brought him in. I'm with, but if they continue to do teams like Kansas, a lot of short-term fans will be calling for his head. Maybe Kansas is more talented than we realize. LOL. No, Kansas is not more talented than we realize. I will say the quarterback that they had last year, I forget his name. He impressed me, and I think they're going to be better. This Kansas team this year will be better than they've had in the past probably 10 years. I think they'll probably win 3 games, but for Kansas, that's a decent amount. But we cannot lose to Kansas. We have no business losing to Kansas. The only Kansas team in my lifetime that Texas could ever lose to is the Kansas team that went to the Orange Bowl, and that team had Aqib Talib, Chris Harris. They had a bunch of good players on that team, so that's like the only team that would have been acceptable to lose to from Kansas.
Yeah, people don't realize that last year Kansas really came on strong at the end of the year. Like Corey Peacock just said. Oh, you struggled with Kansas last year as well.
They did. Yeah, Kansas wasn't as bad as a typical Kansas team. The 2000, what was that, 16 or 15 loss with Charlie Strong was way worse, but it's still unacceptable to lose to Kansas. There's no doubt about that. We shouldn't have lost to them. But I do believe Kansas, Lance Leipold is a good coach. He was really good at Buffalo for a long time. So I think Kansas could trend in the right direction. If they win 3 games this year and they recruit decently well, they could probably end up winning 4 or 5 in 2 years. So they're not going to be the trash heap that they've been for the past decade, I don't think, with Lance Leipold at head coach, but it's still, again, unacceptable lose, shouldn't have lost to him.